Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. You look at this Cowboy defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And a second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
Hey, receiver.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Airing it out deep for Woods. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
from the 29. Here's second down and 2. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Play action now. Cousins. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Hey, flipper! Two!
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They go play action. Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Fields. He'll find Metcalf. That'll go for a gain of 7. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up.
And that's caught inside the 30. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, third down, all you're thinking is, what can we do to keep this drive going to get enough yardage to move the sticks? You're certainly not thinking about taking this one almost the length of the field, but that's exactly what happens here. What a play, and what a change of fortunes.
They'll run here with Akers. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Here we go. All right.
Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. Touchdown! Mike Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys had 6 to their lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows to 10-0. 10-0 the score after 1. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right. Go.
To throw is Fields. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Here's Fields. That is caught. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Fields. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dallas Goedert, a 14-yard touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 36 yards on the play.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw complete there to Thomas. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. On second down, Jacobs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On play action, Cousins. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. Cousins to throw it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.
Here we go. Good.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
Third down and 13. Fields now to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Go ahead.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. A first down throw for Cousins. He gets it to Thomas. And they get him to the ground quickly, but he's out near midfield at the 49-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Play fake. Cousins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the 50, here's Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fields throwing again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Punch right. Alpha. Delta. 11.
Here's Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And that's Grady Jarrett, who forced his way through to register the sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter three. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here we go.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
You got a mini base. Go.
Now it's Fields. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Hey, Ringo, 48. What's that?
Off the play fake, Cousins. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Cousins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Hey, we're good, we're good. What's that?
2nd down, Cousins. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the air again, it's Cousins. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Quaker on the Doing routes here. Yellow, yellow, yellow. What's that?
Cousins to throw for it on fours. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Sit high.
Now Fields. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4 down,
touchdown! Cam Akers from 21 yards away. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Butker on for the PAT. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
The Hawk! Hey, 382, Liz 50.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. To throw is Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a yard.
Alpha. Chips clear. West right, zip. Mayday. Right.
A shotgun snap, Fields. This one complete down the field to Goddard. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Angel. Go.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
11.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Hey, 551. Extend. Hey, can. Easy. Up. Hey, can.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, can. Right.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, son.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. To throw is Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw, Cousins. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, Cousins. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Here we go.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Jacobs going to try the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football.
Touchdown, Giants! Travis Kelce from 6 yards away. And the Giants are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try.
Hey, Steamer.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Test, bunch right. Tonight.
Fields now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Cowboys. DK Metcalf, 83 yards. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Two. Wide. What's up?
Throwing, Cousins. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Don't jump.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Ken. Right.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
A gain of 22. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. On 1st down, it's Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So this one will end in a victory for the